Panda MMA, bringing punches with the news, fight breakdowns, every move you don't want to lose. Catch the latest scoop like a hook to the chin.
This is Panda MMA News, and now here are your hosts, Richard and Taylor.
What's up, everybody? It's Daddy from Panda MMA News.
There we go.
And it's Big Poppy. I think my partner's balls just dropped. Took you a minute, dude. But hey,
You like that?
We out here.
Live ball dropping.
You guys
Brought
saw
to you by
that?
Panda MMA News.
It's not even the new year.
Real quick, let's turn that down just a hair. So, announcement before we get into the podcast. Moving forward, we're gonna do one episode a week until we actually get a little bit bigger of a following, make it worth our time. Until you motherfuckers stop just watching and you actually subscribe so we can get monetized. But yeah. Let's dive on into this. We're gonna recap UFC Fight Night Vegas 100 Magny versus Prates. So we're just gonna do the main card, I think.
Yeah, let's just get into that.
So first fight on the main card, and I'm gonna butcher almost all these names. Mansur Abdul Malik versus Dusko Tudarovic.
No, I think you said it perfect, dude.
Yeah. Mansur KO round 1, 2 minutes and 44 seconds into the round. I'd be lying if I said I watched that one. So
Same.
we'll move on. Moving on. We got Luana Pinheiro versus Gillian Robertson. Decision, women's fight. Who cares? Next one. Gaston Balanos versus Cortavius Ramirez. Decision. So, again, who really cares? Now we're getting to the ones we actually did catch. Gerald Mearshart versus Renner D. Ritter. Gerald actually impressed me in this one a little bit. He looked pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really know what to think of the guy he fought though either, but I mean, he's still a mere shot in my opinion. You know, he's still lost.
Did you hear what the guy said after he won?
No.
He said he almost lost a mirror shark to a mirror shark. So that was the
guy's a comedian. That's cool.
Yeah, he's a comedian. Next up, Neil Magny versus Carlos Prates, the main event. KO round 1, dude. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew from the beginning. I was saying it before the fight even happened. Carlos Prates is a fucking problem for anyone in that division. He has the power to put people down. I didn't know he's part of the Fight Nerds, which is kind of annoying because Kyle Brahalo, fuck him. But John Jones was in the crowd. He put on his little Fight Nerds glasses. The knockout is what really fucking blew my mind because it took like 4 replays to actually see what the fuck happened, and it clipped him right behind the ear.
But dude, it just like grazed it. Like it wasn't even a solid at all connection. It almost looked fake.
Yeah, it almost looked fake. That just tells you how much power the fucking guy has if he's doing that. But yeah, so that was that fight. We want to give a quick shout out to our boy Chris Weidman. He won his main event fight on Cage Titans. I think it's Cage Titans 68. I think it was a first round TKO. So
that's 5 fights in a row, right?
Yep. Get the man to the fucking UFC. Bald man, you heard it from us. We need him.
From one bald guy to another.
Yep. One bald guy to another. Buy Solar from us and get this guy in the UFC. By the way, if any one of our listeners have PG&E for a power bill, you guys want to save some money, get at me and my boy here. We'll hook you up. But moving on, we're gonna get predictions for Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. That's happening this Friday, the 15th. I believe the event starts at 5 p.m. PST. It'll be on Netflix. So if you have a Netflix account, that's all you need. No pay-per-view. So the only 2 fights on the card that are really worth even talking about is Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor, and obviously Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. I believe Katie Taylor beat Amanda Serrano already. Let me
I don't know, man. Has Serrano actually ever lost?
I think she lost to Katie Taylor. Amanda Serrano record. I'll tell you right now.
Amanda Serrano, she's freaking impressive. I don't know, man.
So
she did take an L. Who did she take an L to though?
To Katie Taylor.
So it is. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. So it's a rematch. She's fighting the girl and it looks like it's for all the belts. It's for IBF, IBO, WBC, and WBO. So this is for the true unified title.
For all the marbles.
I got Katie Taylor. She already beat her once.
I'm going Serrano.
You're going Jake Paul's little bitch?
Yeah. She's just a little Serrano pepper, dude.
That's embarrassing.
She's going to spice your life up, dude.
That's embarrassing. Get that mic closer to your face, dude. What are you doing?
Bro, I can only do so much.
What do you mean? You can turn it.
No, you can't.
No, turn it the other way.
Bro.
And then use that. There you go. Look at that, dude.
Is that better, guys?
That is a lot better. Guys, like they're going to reply to you. Is that better, guys?
Let me know in the comments, guys.
Yeah, because Joe Rogan said with these mics, you want them like at least a fist. At least, not I know you got to pull it out of your asshole in order to test that distance, but at least a fist. Yeah, so let's get into Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. I go back and forth with this one, man, and the only reason why I go back and forth is because Mike Tyson's 58 years old. I know that they're doing 2-minute rounds to favor him. I think they're doing 14-ounce gloves. Mike Tyson to win has to get it done in the first, I would say, probably 3 to 4 rounds. Otherwise, he's going to gas out. He's 58 years old. I can't pick against Mike Tyson, dude. I got Mike Tyson.
The tough thing about this is what your heart wants and what is going to happen. And
well, I don't know what's going to happen. That's the thing, because we watched fucking Tyson Fury drop Jake Paul. We watched Jake Paul pull out some really close edge wins, and those were against guys who aren't legit boxers. Mike Tyson, 58 years old, but the guy is a legit boxer. He was the heavyweight champion.
I'm not saying I want to fight Mike Tyson, but what I am saying is Jake Paul's got power and endurance and youth on his side. As much as I don't want to see it, Jake Paul's winning that fight. Mike Tyson's just going to be too old. He's got the power, he's got the movement, but I don't think it lasts very long. I think Jake even probably grabs him up the first couple rounds even and just tries to make him wear him a little bit, like a puppet.
Like a puppet.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
and I see that being the case. And so really it's just a matter of timing, because we'll see on Friday, guys, but if I'm wrong, I would be ecstatic. But if I got to put my money on it, I'm putting my money on Jake.
Yeah, I won't be surprised, and that's why I won't be betting. I won't be surprised if Jake wins, but obviously we all want Mike to win. I just know if it happens early, it's more than likely Mike Tyson, because Mike Tyson has those little spurts in him where he's going to get right in Jake's face and just be landing body, head, and just trying to take his head off. I think Jake Paul, if he's smart, he's going to try to play it into the later rounds, try to avoid getting into a gunfight with Mike Tyson. Even though Mike Tyson is old, once again, it's still Mike Tyson. If he avoids getting into those gunfights, then I definitely have Jake Paul, because it's going to go in the later rounds. But let's get into UFC 309. Anthony Smith versus Dominic Reyes is canceled.
Hey, really quick, what's the betting odds on Tyson versus
let me look it up.
Little Jakey? I'm curious to see what everybody else thinks.
Tyson versus Paul. So, USA Today. Paul is minus 260. Tyson's plus 200. Actually, the odds are a lot closer than I thought. Because what is that, 2-1?
Yeah, makes you kind of wonder if Jake has any control over the odds to make it seem like it's a closer fight than it is, and people put their money into it, and then it's all and then all of a sudden you see it. It's a mismatch.
Yeah, I don't know. But let's get into UFC 309. But yeah, Anthony Smith versus Dominic Reyes got canceled.
That's some bullshit.
I'm just seeing this on Google.
I know you were looking forward to that fight too.
I was, just because it's who's going to retire. What one has to fucking retire. Now we get more of this bullshit. But we're just going to recap the whole card for you guys since we're not doing a second episode. Make up for it. So first fight on the early prelims, is Veronica Hardy, Dan Hardy's wife, versus Eduardo Mora. Let me pull up. Veronica Hardy is 29. Eduarda is 30. Veronica Hardy is 5'3", 125 pounds, 64-inch reach. Eduarda is 5'5", 125 pounds, 66-inch reach. Veronica Hardy's 9-4. Eduarda is 10-1. Veronica Hardy is coming off of a decision win over JJ Aldridge, a decision win over Jamie Lynn Horth, a decision win over Juliana Miller. So really just a decision queen. Eduarda, she's coming off of a decision loss to Denise Gomez. She actually has a KO on her record. That's surprising. So she's only had 2 fights in the UFC, Eduarda. And her nickname's Ronda. Eduarda, Ronda, Mara. What a fucking pain in the ass. Just based off that, I'm going Veronica. Fuck her.
Hardy's wife.
Yep. You going the same?
Yep.
All right. Next one, we have Basil Hafez versus Oben Elliott. Basil Hafez is 32, 5'9", 170 pounds, 72-inch reach. Oben is 26, 6 foot, 170 pounds, 72-inch reach. I mean, just based off the stats, I got to go Oben. 26. He's, what is that, 6 years younger? He's 4 inches taller. Same reach, but he's the bigger, younger man.
Bigger, younger, longer, and uncut, guys.
He has only had 2 fights in the UFC, both decision wins. Basil is not much different. He only has 2 fights in the UFC also, both decision wins. So, yeah.
Damn, 2 decision kings rubbing it out for a victory.
And it's welterweight. Like, how do you only have decisions at welterweight? But, yeah, so I'm going Oben with that younger, bigger guy.
Same, bro.
All right.
That's the Panda choice.
Panda choice. That's the paw, dude. The paw of choice. Next, Mickey Gall, the return versus Ramez Brahima. Mickey Gall, 32 years old, 6'2", 74-inch reach. Ramez is 31 years old, 5'8", 72-inch reach. So Mickey Gall, 7-6. Ramez is 10-5. Mickey Gall is coming off of a loss to Basil Hafez, who we just went over. Before that, he got KO'd by Mac Mallet. And then before that, Alex Moreno decisioned him. So he's on a 3-fight losing streak, it looks like.
No wonder why he took a little time.
Yeah. Well, he fought this year at 302.
So beginning of the year.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, because 300 was in April. So that would be end of May, early June that he fought. Wait. Yeah. Ramez Berhal is coming off of a loss to Thimba Gorembo. Before that, he didn't fight since 2022, where he won by submission and then lost by decision to Court McGee. So it's kind of the battle of the losers, man. I think I'm just going to rely on the size difference here, and knowing Mickey Gall has great jiu-jitsu, I'm going to go with Mickey Gall at 6'2", 74-inch reach versus 5'8".
That's the Panda choice, guys.
All right.
We're in agreement so far.
Marcin Tybura versus Jonata Denise. Jonata Denise is the guy that was supposed to fight Derek Lewis last weekend, and Derek Lewis pulled out. This guy is a knockout artist. He's 33 years old, 6'3", 79.5-inch reach. Marcin Tybura is 39, so 6 years older. He is actually, sorry, 5 years old. Wait, 6 years. Yeah, I had it right. He's 6'2" and 78-inch reach. Marcin Tybura is coming off of a submission loss to Sergey Spivak. Before that, he submitted Tai Tuivasa. Before that, he got KO'd flat by our boy Tommy Patrol Espinal. So yeah, Marcin Tybura, he's had a rough few years. As we know, Dennis is undefeated. He's coming off of a decision win. Before that, he KO'd Austin Lane in round 2. I did hear before he came to the UFC, he was just knocking fools out. He was a glory kickboxer. He fought in super combat. I'm going to go with Dennis here. He's younger, bigger. He actually knocks people out. He doesn't dry hump them. And he's a black belt, so if it does go to the ground, he's able to defend himself.
To me, that just seems like the clear option here.
Yep. So far, the whole early prelims, dude, we all got Panda picks. Yeah. Little dope step. All right. Now we're into the prelims, guys. Nikita Krylov versus Azamat Mirzakhanov. Nikita Krylov. This guy is who everybody was saying is like the light heavyweight Conor McGregor. He's 32 years old, 6'2", and 77.5-inch reach. Dude, this reach advantage. Azamat is 35, so 3 years older, 5'8", so we got a 6-inch reach, 6-inch height advantage for Nikita, and 71.5-inch reach. So Nikita has 6 inches more of reach. Nikita is 30-9. Azamat is 14-0. Azamat is tiny for light heavyweight. He's only 5'8".
Whoa.
Nikita Krylov is coming off of a submission victory over Ryan Spann. Before that, he decisioned Volkan Ozdemir. Before that, he KO'd Alexander Gustafsson, which is massive. Before that, he lost to Paul Craig. Azamat is 14-0, so no losses, but he's been in the UFC since 2021. He KO'd Alonzo Menfield. Before that, he decisioned Dustin Jacoby. Before that, KO'd Devin Clark and Tafon, whatever the hell you say his name. But then I'm going to go with size here. Once again, that's such a big reach and height advantage, and Nikita Krylov is 3 years younger.
Keep it rolling, dude.
So, Sam?
Yeah, it's pretty, to me, it just seems like the clear option.
Yep. All right, so we same, but no different. Next is David Onama.
The only thing different about us is he does sit when he pees.
Actually, it's more of a slight squat. So cheeks don't touch the toilet seat. It's more like, when you're camping and you got to dig a hole and shit in the hole. It's kind of like one of those, you're just letting the force levitate your body. I'm more of a Jedi if you really think about it. If you really sit down and you think about it deeply, I have a very Jedi type mindset. But next, David Onama versus Lucas Alexander. This is a featherweight fight. David Onama is 30 years old, 5'9", 74-inch reach. Lucas Alexander is 29, 5'9", 73-inch reach. So they're pretty close in size. David Onama is coming off a decision victory over Jonathan Pierce. Before that, he KO'd Gabriel Santos. Lucas Alexander, first fight in the UFC. I think I'm going to go with David, and not because of a certain tone of stuff,
Yeah. March on, soldier.
All right. Next, we have Jim Miller versus Damon Jackson. This is actually a really good old man fight. Jim Miller, legend of the sport. He's 41, 5'7", 71-inch reach. Damon Jackson's 36, 5'9", 71-inch reach.
Dude, I actually got Jim Miller in this one.
I was about to say, naturally you want to go with Damon Jackson because he's younger and bigger, but Jim Miller's a fucking dog, and that's what I'm going with.
He's a fucking beast, dude.
Yeah, real quick, let me just recap so he lost in the decision to Bobby Green, King Green, whatever. Before that, he submitted Gabriel Benitez. Before that, he KO'd Jesse Butler. So yeah, Jim Miller's just a fucking dog, dude. Damon Jackson, he's coming off of a decision loss to Stipe Miocic. Before that, he decisioned out Alexander Hernandez. Yeah, he's had one win in the past year. Before that, he kind of went on a little tear, but yeah, I'm going Jim Miller on that. So we'll get into the next one. Chris Weidman versus Eryk Anders. I don't really need to get into this too much because I got Eryk Anders. I think it's time for Chris Weidman to retire.
Yeah, dude, wow. They got some fucking legends just in this card, like old legends,
Well, yeah.
They should have threw Nick Diaz in this one.
The main fight on the card is Stipe and John Jones. It's old men. You can't throw Nick Diaz on there because he's fighting Luque. That's an old dog versus someone who's somewhat young.
I'm just saying, there's enough old dogs out there. Yeah, I don't agree with that matchup anyways, but whatever. I mean, you guys saw the video of him lighting grass, being a little weirdo.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, both Eryk Anders.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, we have Jonathan Martinez versus Marcus McGee. Jonathan Martinez is 30 years of age, 5'7", 70-inch reach. Marcus McGee is 34, 5'7", 69 inches of reach. Jonathan Martinez is coming off of a decision loss to Jose Aldo. Before that, he KO'd our boy Adrian Yanez. Wait,
That's fucked up.
wait. Right. There it is.
We got a soundboard for that.
Yeah, we got a soundboard for that. Yeah. That one actually hurts to say because I like Adrian. Before that, though, he beat Syed Nurmagomedov. Before that, he KO'd Cub Swanson. Jonathan Martinez is a bit of a dog.
He's got some good resume.
Marcus McGee, what is this, his third fight? Yeah, third fight in the UFC, or fourth fight in the UFC, sorry. So his last fight, he KO'd Gaston Bolanes. Before that, he KO'd JP Buys. And before that, he submitted Journey Newsome. All no names, but good ways to win. I think I got to go Jonathan Martinez, dude. If you KO,
Right?
if you KO Adrian Yanez, dude, you're a bad motherfucker. So I got to go with him.
And a win over Cub Swanson is nothing to scoff at.
KO'd Cub Swanson.
KO'd, guys.
So yeah, so far we are in agreement of every single fight. Now we're on to the main card, guys.
Ooh, delicious.
You know what? We're gonna take a small break. I'll be right back. I got to get a little more drunk before we dive into this. All right, folks, we are back. So let's finish off this recap or this prediction list. First fight on the main card, we have Mauricio Ruffy versus James Lallentop. Mauricio Ruffy is 10-1. James is 14-4. Mauricio Ruffy, 28 years old, 5'9", 75 inches of reach. James Lallentop is 25, 6 feet tall, 73 inches of reach. Mauricio Ruffy is coming off of a KO win. His only fight in the UFC so far, he KO'd Jamie Malarkey. And that's no malarkey. Next, James is coming off of a decision loss to Slavoclaws. And before that, he lost by submission to Chris Padilla. I think it's pretty obvious after looking at that. I think Mauricio Ruffy is going to get it done.
Same, Brad. Same.
All right. Same, but no different. Viviane Araujo versus Karine Silva. Are you related?
What's on her head you can find pretty close to well, just forget it.
Idiot. All right, so Viviane is 37 years old, 5'3", 68 inches of reach. Karine is 30 years old, 5'4", 67 inches of reach. Viviane Araujo is coming off of a bunch of cancellations this year, from the looks of it.
She must be that dangerous.
She lost her only fight this year. She lost by decision to another Silva. This might be a trend. All right. Well, I think I saw all I need to see. I have Karine Silva. She already lost to a Silva. So
Silva gang. Hey, let's do it.
All right. So same thing?
Yeah.
Same? All right. Next. Now we're getting into the real fights, guys. Now we're getting into the fights that actually matter. We have Bo Nickal versus Paul Craig. Bo Nickal completely undefeated. He is coming off of a submission win over Cody Brundage. Before that, KO win over Val Wordburn. And before that, submission win over Jamie Pickett. Paul Craig, I believe he's coming off a loss. Yep, a loss to Kyle Berholo, KO round 2. Before that, he got submitted by Brendan Allen. Before that, he KO'd Andre Muniz. It's not a question. I got Bo Nickal.
I got the shiny Bo Nickal.
Yep, I got that shiny Nick. All right.
Questionable.
I said Nick. But anyways, Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. Last time we saw Charles Oliveira was against Sarukian. To me, he looked old. He looked a little weathered. I saw a clear victory for Sarukian. Obviously, before that, he beat Beneil Dariush. Before that, he lost to Islam by dry hump. And then before that, we get into his little spree he went on, beating Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler. I think this is a whole different fight than the first one. Michael Chandler, he's 3 years older. He's 1 inch shorter. The reach difference is on Charles' side, but Michael Chandler, I think he is hungry to go prove himself after sitting out for so long. Even though he was sitting out, he was still training. Kamaru Usman helped him with this camp. So did Gilbert Burns. I have Michael Chandler, guys. He almost starched Charles Oliveira in the first round the first time they fought. I think Charles has ran his course. I think the damage is catching up to him. I think Michael Chandler, that the 2 years he took off, if anything, helped him. You know, that's less damage he was taking because Michael Chandler's put my hands down to my side and wave you on like you're a pussy type fighter. I got Michael Chandler.
I don't think Charles is done like the way you're leaving him out to be, but I do think that Michael Chandler wins this fight the second time around, because you are right. He did almost starch him in the first round, and then he got a little overzealous, and then that's actually what led to his demise in that fight. You know, if you think about it, the way I just remember him being up against the cage with his head like this, and kind of on the ground.
Yep.
And but yeah, Chandler's. I think those 2 years are going to be favorable to him being. What the fuck was that?
That was a notification from my phone.
Holy shit, dude. Maybe don't do that again. You still got a headache, dude? Because
No.
now I got one. Fuck. Dude. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear what just went on, but that shit was right in my earlobes.
Anyways, what were you saying?
Yeah. Anyways, what I was trying to say before I got rudely interrupted was I think the time away from the octagon is going to help Chandler. I think he's going to come in healthy, guns blazing. He looked like a fucking madman in the last training video I saw, dude. He looked just absolutely shredded.
Yeah, he's fucking jacked, dude.
Like, dude, how a guy could look like that and not be juicing is beyond me. I don't understand it. The guy's freaking, he's insane.
So yeah,
I got Chandler.
We both got Chandler. And what's cool about this fight too, if he beats Oliveira, guys, he's fighting whoever wins against Sarukian and Makhachev. There's no question. He's fighting that. I think they gave him Charles Oliveira as like a, hey, sorry, Conor didn't work out. We appreciate you being a good boy sitting on the sidelines. So here's a little step up, get you towards the title. And honestly, I think that's a great fight, him and Islam. I think he has more power than Dustin. I think Dustin technically is a better boxer, but he's got more power because he almost fucked Dustin up too in that first round. And then also he's a fucking Division I wrestler to back it up. So it's going to be harder for Islam to take him down than it is like a Charles or a Dustin or, you know, I think this is a good thing for Chandler. If there's ever time to make a run, it's right now. You're 38 years old. So he gets this and then gets right in right after fucking whoever wins the Sarukian Islam fight, which I have Islam. I think that's a really good fight.
I think it's a great fight, but I agree that I think that with Islam and Chandler, I don't see him being as eager to wrestle, at least at first.
I have Islam in that fight, but I think it's going to be Islam's hardest fight yet.
I think Islam's way better on his feet than people give him credit for, and I think that'll be a problem for Chandler. And then I think if anything, Chandler in that fight, I could see Chandler being the one trying to take him down.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And then also, if he gets cracked by Chandler, dude, that might, you know, Islam has been knocked out.
He got knocked out his very first UFC fight.
Yeah, so it's a very that fight actually excites me a lot. So I'm rooting for Chandler just for the future based off this fight, because I would love to see Islam versus Chandler.
If Islam went into that fight being a little bit too cocky and overlooking Chandler, that's where he's got a problem. Yeah, that's where he'd have to be. You know, there's some danger right there because you can't overlook the guy. He's a fucking pit bull.
Yeah. Well, all right. So far we are all in agreement, and I think we're all in agreement on the main event. Main event, Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic, a.k.a. the two guys ducking Tom Aspinall. Neither one of them want anything to do with the man. I don't blame them. I don't want nothing to do with Tom Aspinall either, aside from watching him starch people. But we'll get that's an argument for another time. Jon Jones, the GOAT. He has the most impressive resume in MMA. He's 37 years old, 6'3". I thought he was 6'4", but apparently 6'3". Actually, I think the reach is different now because he used to have the longest reach in UFC. I think there's another person that now that holds that title, but 84.5 inches of reach. Stipe hasn't fought since he got starched by Francis Ngannou. I think it's pretty clear cut. I don't think it's going to be as easy as what a lot of people are thinking. I think Stipe is going to put on a good fight. He's had, obviously, now 2 training camps to prepare for Jon Jones. He's had a lot of time to visualize how this fight's going to go. But Jon Jones has a fucking chin, dude. I don't see Stipe knocking him out. I don't see Stipe out wrestling him. I just see this being pretty clear cut. Either way, whoever wins is going to retire because nobody wants to fight Tom Aspinall. and that leaves the door open for Tom Aspinall to assume the championship. And then I believe Tom Aspinall is going to fight the winner of Cyril Gane versus Volkov. He already beat Volkov once, but he's been trying to call out Cyril Gane for years, and Cyril Gane hasn't been interested. But once he has a belt, Cyril Gane doesn't have a choice. But yeah, I got John Jones in this fight.
I got John Jones too, but you better believe that if Stipe wins, I'm going to be fucking ecstatic.
Oh, I will too, even though it doesn't matter because both of them are. Well, actually, you know what? It fucks Tom Aspinall, but if Stipe wins, I think there will be a rematch. And that fucks Tom Aspinall from getting the title. That means he's gonna have to go defend his interim once again, which would be history because there has been other people who's defended the interim. No one's defended the interim twice. So, yeah, I actually want to be ecstatic if Stipe won just because it's fucking over Aspinall.
That's if it got, if it was handled that way. You might see Stipe go, fuck, I just beat John Jones. Fuck it, man. Bring on this Tom.
That's not going to happen. We both know that. He got starched by Francis, dude. He's not taking on a 30-year-old Tom Aspinall. 30. We're talking 12 years younger.
Stipe is a firefighter, dude. He's protecting our country.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but Tom Aspinall's 2 inches taller, has a longer reach, and he's 12 years younger and much cleaner boxing and a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I don't think I don't think either of them fight Tom Aspinall, but yeah, so we're in agreement on the whole card. You get the Panda picks.
Panda P. We put the pause down, folks.
We put the pause down. Let's see if there's any, before we sign off, see if there's any current events, and then we'll sign off on this bad boy. So I was seeing there's a news story about the Smith. Why that got called off. Yeah. But I'm not seeing anything. So he is actually kind of cool story. Bo Nickal reveals he only took 3 jiu-jitsu classes before challenging Gordon Ryan. That's actually impressive because he did really good against Gordon Ryan.
Yeah, he that's what's so cool about being a high level wrestler versus jiu-jitsu. You can nullify things and you have a great ability to scramble. It's just there's certain situations that are awkward to a wrestler.
Yeah. You know what, guys? I actually just thought of something. This is really the only thing that popped out at LFA on Friday night. As we saw, Henry Cejudo was there and Mario Batista. They got in a little altercation when they were like talking to guests or whatever. So I'm going to pull that up. Let me mute that for a second.
Jesus Christ, this motherfucker, dude.
Here, let me turn that down for us. There we go. All right, let me get past this ad, and then I will get into this.
Hey, guys, you know what? We're not hitting you guys with ads. The least you could fucking do is like this shit.
Yeah. So real quick before I play this, shout out Full Mount MMA. This is from Full Mount MMA. So check out their channel. Give them full credit for this clip. But I'm going to share my screen on this one. Let's go screen. Whoa. Okay.
Don't share all the screen.
Sorry, guys. New laptop. We're whoa. Okay, window, screen, share. All right, guys. So we're gonna play this. This is from last night. So yeah, they got in a little altercation.
I couldn't agree more with Henry Cejudo. Batista's got a lot of fucking nerve coming up to him saying all that shit.
Well, especially after you fight a legend like Jose Aldo and you're gonna edge out a win by holding the guy against the cage. Dude, you already have a 10-year age advantage on him. You're gonna hold a legend against the cage and get a win like that.
Prove it to us.
I don't like Mario.
You didn't prove anything, dude. You proved that you're a great sandbag. You're a fucking great paperweight, but you didn't prove that you're a great fighter.
Yeah.
Henry Cejudo's a great fighter. He's proved that time and time again.
Yeah.
I don't care for his big ass head.
I don't like Mario Batista. I think he's boring. I think he's taking a real Bilal approach to get to that title. And that's not a good thing. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. You got our picks for Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, UFC 309. We recapped this past UFC fight card. We gave a shout out to our boy Chris Montino. Make sure you guys follow us on all social medias: Instagram, Panda MMA News 1, X, and TikTok, Panda MMA News. So make sure you follow us. Don't be a little bitch. Subscribe, like the video, share it with your fucking grandma, dude. Share it with someone. But until then, guys, just don't fist your sisters.